Hi dears, welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna. It's me Anna with you here, and today as usual we have our latest update on the situation here in Spain, all the recent news, what's happening, what's going on, and especially how's the situation right now in our lovely Benidorm's region. So let's start with the situation as usual first. For the last 24 hours, we've been notified 17,410 new cases, and the index here in Spain for the first time in a month has decreased from 500, and right now it's on the limit of 483 new cases for every 100,000 people. Yesterday and the day before we had approximately similar numbers in terms of confirmed cases. We've had 17,000, then the previous day we had 15,600 more or less. So it's more or less the same situation. All the autonomic regions here in Spain are still in the extreme risk, although the one that is closer to get from extreme just to the high risk is Asturias. Their index is the best one right now, and it's 283 cases. So probably in the few more days, this is going to be the first region that will return simply to a high risk instead of extreme one in whole Spain area. Also want to say that in general the situation is getting better in all regions, and the the extreme cases that are like in the ICU units and in the hospitals, they are getting better and they are decreasing for a few days in a row right now, which is amazing. It just shows that the vaccination is going on and less people need extreme care and like intense care during their not disease, right, during their time than they have this virus. Also about the vaccination, a lot of people are interested to compare how the vaccination is going in one country or the other. So here right now, if you take all the people from 12 years onwards, why? Because here in Spain, the official vaccination is from 12 years old up until like the 100 something, you know, the oldest person in Spain. We have already hit 68% with both doses in Spain, and at least one doses there are more than 80%. In general, if you take from like all population of Spain, from like newborns up until elderly people, here we approximately are right now at like 65% of people that are fully immunized, and 70 that are totally like at least have one doses here. So everything is getting better. People are getting vaccinated. We do not have here really like people that don't believe in the vaccine. There are a few like groups that, but they are not that they don't believe in the vaccination. It's just that they are afraid of the secondary like effects, of the adverse effects that vaccines produce. This is why some people are just afraid to go and get the vaccine, but the majority are still going, which is a good news. And the other part are naturally immunized, so they don't need to go. So yeah, this is what's happening. Also, I want to say that a lot of people were asking like if it's obligatory to get the vaccination here in Spain or not. The official answer is no, it's not obligatory, because there is no such law that would say that you have to get the vaccine, that it's like a must, you know. But there is a but here, because there are a few areas, like professional areas here in Spain, that extremely recommend to get the vaccine. For example, for people who are working in a third age homes, they're called here, which is for elderly people that cannot take care of themselves anymore, sadly. This is when they go to this type of homes, and there they get like a nurse, they get 24 hours control and the necessary help. So in these type of homes, those who are working with these people, they are strongly recommended to get the vaccine. In case the person will not get the vaccine, will refuse, then this worker, this professional, will need to make minimum 2 tests a week to make sure that he still has a negative result. Also, there is a part when the employer gets the right to change this person to any other position in this business, to make sure that he's not with the contact with these people, because you know that the older you get, the more like weak your immune system gets. So vaccines just do not work as well as when you are younger. So this is what they are basically doing. If it's correct or not, then that's the other thing to discuss, but it is what it is, right? Another thing that happened is that, for example, here in our Valencian region, there is one small village that has offered 2 job positions for a preschool. And one of the things that they've said in this like job position offer is that those who have both doses of a vaccine will have the absolute priority. A lot of the associations of human rights here in Spain, they've protested against this, and they've already actually put the official document to the Supreme Court to not allow this to happen. But the municipal hall of this village, they said that they're not going to change it, that they think that those people who are working every time like almost 8 hours a day with these children, they need to be fully vaccinated to protect themselves as well, and just to make sure that if something happens, you know, that they will not get worse and will not just be able to work, you know, because these people will be like in a kind of a bubble, like work bubble, where smaller children, they only interactuate between themselves. They are not joining other groups, other classes. They are only like in this bubble, in this classroom. This is why it's very important. And this worked very well, I must say. These bubble groups, they worked very well last year. We've managed to get the entire year of his presential school classes, not online, not even once. So it's very good. But from the other side, people who are not willing to get vaccinated for one reason or the other, or those who cannot be vaccinated because of some effects on their health, you know, because of like some health problems. This is also the other case. So we're not sure what's going to be happening, but there are some groups of professionals that are already asking the vaccine in order to work. So we'll see. Maybe this will be obligatory, maybe not. But as for the human rights, normally it should not be obligatory because it's not legal. But things might change. In general, in our Benidorm region, it's very nice. I'm just so happy that all the businesses are being reactivated. There's a lot of people on the streets. It's impossible to park on the weekend in Benidorm. You need to go like with the e-bicycle or just with a normal bike, with something that you don't have to park like in a parking lot, because it's truly impossible. A lot of people are coming, a lot of people are visiting cultural areas like Natural Park, Benidorm's Cross, museums. There are like chocolate factory here in Benidorm, which a lot of people don't know that exists. But here in Benidorm, like in between Benidorm and Villajoyosa, we have amazing quality chocolate factory, which is Chocolates Valor, it's called, and it produces like a lot of chocolate varieties, and a lot of people are going there. Actually, they're spending quality time here, getting to know our culture better, our traditional Spanish dishes, history of this region, which is just amazing to see that how busy this region has gotten, like just in a month's time, even slightly less than that. We are just thinking right now what's going to be happening in autumn, when all the usual tourism like with children will be over, because it's going to be a school year once again. We don't know what's going to be happening. Usually we have like national tourism still. We do have elderly people tourism as well, very popular here in Benidorm. So we'll see, but at least for now everything seems to get a lot better than it was a few weeks ago, which is amazing. The next thing that I wanted to share with you is a very curious thing about what's happening with the work offers, like job offers in terms of bars, restaurants and cafeterias here in Spain. It's been a while since we did not talk about this, but things actually have changed, and right now no one wants to work at a bar or restaurant. This is like due to official statistics, okay? So the strange thing about this is that there are a lot of offers, job offers online everywhere. Like it says, waiter needed, barman needed, like help on the kitchen needed, but no one is going there. So I've checked a lot of these offers, and the worst thing that I've seen is basically that they offer you to work like 10 hours, 11 hours, even sometimes 12 hours in the worst case scenario, and they pay you just 600 euros. So this has just went to like the basics, like to stone age basically, because I get that a lot of business owners just cannot allow themselves to pay like a big wage for these type amount of hours, but to be offering like 600 euros for 10 hours of work 5 days a week, that's just not fair. That's just not fair, and it has to be said, because I get they cannot do more, but think about the people, think about like the workers. No one will accept this job except for the people who are, of course, in a very like dangerous situation, on the limit right now of losing their house, of not being able to provide food for their families. So these people, they will accept this, and the bar owners, the restaurant owners, they know it. This is why they are offering this type of quality work, okay? Because they know that there are desperate people out there, sadly, due to all the situation that's been going on, that will accept this job for any kind of money. It's not fair, but while there will be people that are accepting this, they will keep offering this type of salaries. This is why the majority of them, they just don't go, because people have some social payments going on each month that they usually receive, and they just don't want, because if you are going to like some kind of a work and you stop your social payment, even if you work like just a month, you lose the opportunity to get that social payment once again. This is why it's very important, and a lot of people just are not willing to lose the small thing that they have, like the small payment that they get for a month of a lot of work for a little money. This is what's happening. This is why in a lot of bars you can just see like people waiting for a long time to get their food, to pay for the bill, like to get seated down at the table, because there is just a low amount of people willing to do this type of work, unless people are truly desperate. But this is like the minority. So this is what's happening here. The other news that I wanted to let you know about is a lot of people asked me about this on my Russian channel and in Instagram as well. What's happening with Benidorm Poniente Beach? What has happened yesterday? Those of you who are not checking the news regularly, I want to say that yesterday at 11:30 in the morning on the Poniente Beach in Benidorm, there was a huge, almost 3 meters shark. And it was not like in the sea somewhere, it was just right on the beach. I'm gonna put you here some pictures while I will be telling you the whole story, so you will not see me, but you will see the shark and the huge amount of public on the beach. So this happened at 11:30 in the morning, and police came immediately after. A few tourists have called them, national tourists, they have called them to say that there is like a huge shark on the beach, right next to the beach, next to the shore. And as soon as the police came, they evacuated the entire beach, so people were forbidden to get into the water. And this is why there was like a huge amount of people on the beach just looking at what's going to be happening. A lot of people were filming this, so there's like a huge amount of videos on YouTube, in the shorts videos, like in Instagram, Facebook, and etc., like in all social media all over it. And they've been checking what it was, and this shark, it's actually a blue shark. Here in Valencia, like in our region and in general Mediterranean area, we have a big amount of different types of sharks. There is a white shark even here. There is like a tiger shark, and this one a blue one, even though it has like a huge size, almost 3 meters, because this is the adult one already. But these sharks are quite non-offensive, I would say. They do not usually attack people unless they are feeling insecure and they're feeling in danger, then they might bite. But like in the last 4 centuries, more or less, like 4 or 5 centuries, there were only 13 cases of these attacks to people, and only 4 of them were lethal, so like people died because of it, but only 13 in a few centuries. So this is not a lot. This is not the same like if a white or a tiger shark would attack, you know. So they are quite friendly in terms of not attacking people on purpose, you know. So even scientists from the oceanographic, which is in Valencia, they came here with a boat to check what's going on with this shark, because usually they're not coming as close to people. And since they tried, like there were like 5 men trying to capture it, and they tried quite a few times to bring it into the deeper sea, but it was returning once again to the seashore, which made them think that this shark probably might be ill. Because this is how usually they act when they need like help. They only then they're coming towards the people. But the other thing is that they think that it might be disoriented, so like their geolocalization, like their inside GPS system, how you call it, it was not working properly, so this is why it was coming towards the beach and it just went stuck into the sand and it could not get out. But then once again, why it was returning, like when they've put it free inside like a deeper sea, why it returned once again several times. So they just took it to the oceanographic and they are checking what's going on with the shark, if it's healthy or not. If it's not healthy, of course they're gonna provide all the necessary care, and if it is healthy, they're gonna bring it to a lot deeper waters, like in the middle of Mediterranean Sea, to make sure it's not gonna get back. But this is what's basically been happening yesterday in Benidorm. People were in shock because they thought it's like some kind of a dangerous shark. And of course, you don't want to risk your life just to get inside the water without knowing which type of shark it is. So a lot of people were just on the beach looking at what's going on. But happily, everything ended well. No one was injured, no one was hurt, and the shark right now is being checked to see if it's healthy or not. So it's in a very good hands. This is what's basically been happening here in our lovely Benidorm region and in general in Spain. And what about the Spanish weather? I want to say that you know already that we have a heat wave, extreme heat wave here in our, in general in all the country, but especially in some regions. Today, almost all regions are covered with this warm air mass coming from Africa, except for islands, which is Canarian Islands and Balearic Islands, and our like Mediterranean area and some extreme north part of Spain near the Atlantic Ocean. All the rest is just covered with high temperatures and with a lot of heat. Today the only red alert, true extreme alert due to the heat, is in Andalusia, which is South Spain. So those of you who are living in that area, or you have your parents, family members living there, friends, anyone, let them know. So it's highly recommended not to go out on the midday. In general, not to be on the sun, because health problems is like the main concern right now, because our body just does not tolerate such high temperatures as they are in there during the long amount of time. So you have to be very careful with that and don't go out if you don't need to, at least today. What about the temperatures? As you can see on this picture, you can actually see that there's a lot of blue, like dark blue spots, which is the most extreme areas during the day of today. They are located in the south part of Spain. They're located in the north towards Catalonia and in the center of Spain as well. Today in Alicante and our Benidorm area, we expect to have like 33-34 degrees approximately, which is not bad comparing to the rest of Spain. In Barcelona, you have 30 degrees, in Granada 43, which is a lot already, trust me. In Malaga and Marbella 35, in Sevilla 44. What scares me most is that it says that in Madrid they've hit 40 degrees. And it scares me because next week on Thursday, early in the morning at 6:15 in the morning, I have a train to take towards Madrid. I'm gonna be filming this for my vlogs channel, Young Lady Vlogs. You have the link in my channel's list. So if you want to subscribe, please do so. I will be very happy. And I'm going to be filming you the Alicante train station. I'm going to be filming you the train on the inside, how you get into Madrid. I'm going to be showing you everything that I can from my trip. It's going to be quite a long vlog, but at least you'll be able to see the capital of our lovely country. So it scares me a lot to see that there's 40 degrees right now, when like in literally 2, 3, 4, 5, like in 5 days I'm traveling there. And I just hope it's not going to be 40 degrees by then, because I'm not traveling with a car. I'm going with a train, just me and my mom. So I'm quite scared to be honest, because I hate high temperatures like this. I tolerate like up until 35, and then like it's not for me. So hopefully it will get slightly cooler there for my travel day. But for now it's 40 degrees. Murcia today has 39, Balearic Islands 37, Canarian Islands between 26 and 31, and Valencia 32 degrees today. So yeah, this heat wave, it's supposed to be here up until Tuesday, and then temperatures will start to cool down slightly, but not a lot, because we're still in August, which is the hottest month of all in Spain. But this should be like the first and the last wave, hopefully, fingers crossed, here in Spain. I hope you enjoyed today's news, my dears. I hope you enjoyed getting to know what's going on here in Spain and in Benidorm, how things are going, what's new. And if you did, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you are subscribed already, don't forget to check your notification bell and activate all the notifications, because if not, YouTube might miss you and will not let you know when the new video will come out. I see you already tomorrow with some new interesting video from our lovely Benidorm area. Don't miss that one. Bye everyone.